What's that first 30 days for you? How do you guys get people to buy this product in the first 30 days?
Great question. So first thing I did immediately was I went to YouTube University and started just studying anybody that I could. But quickly I started to realize that now I see it hindsight is that most people struggle with trying to figure out who to follow and who to listen to because they see this person's doing something, they're doing that, they're telling me to do this, they're saying do that, that contradicts this. I don't know what to do and now I'm stuck. So what I had to do was a few things. I had to identify someone and I vetted that person out. And I vetted out to make sure that they had been where I wanted to go and that they were doing something that I wanted to do. Because I think that even when you talk about like courses and things of that nature, the definition of a course is a direction to get me to a destination that I want to go to. So I didn't have any money to do so because I think you either have two things. You either have more time or more money. And at that point, I had more time. So I had to invest that time to be able to make money. And if I had more money, then I could have invested that money to buy myself more time. So in the early stage, that 90 days, I invested all of my time because that's all I had in learning information. But I saw that what was happening is like I was learning so much, but I wasn't executing anything. And I was like, okay. And something came in my heart. It was like, if you don't execute this information now, you're never going to do it. And I was like, oh, wow. So what I did was I said, you know what, scrap watching everybody. I'm going to find one person, see that they're doing what I want to do, make sure that I copy exactly what they do word for word, but only change the small nuances to make it fit for my business. And then I'm going to immediately apply it after I learn it. And I'm not going to even think about the results. So we had a few bucks in the account from what I had invested. So I watched this guy. He actually passed away a few years ago. His name's King Calm on YouTube. And he was just a Shopify dropshipping YouTube guy, and watched him. And I applied exactly what he said. And it took me some weeks because I was struggling going back and forth with myself. Oh, and I can't waste this money and boom, like stuff like that. So I was spending $50 a day on my first ad campaign. And immediately spending that money, I was able to 4x our ad spend. So I was like, okay, I'm putting in 50 and I'm getting 200 back. Let's keep that going. And then also in that first 90 days, we started experiencing with influencer marketing. And that's when we paid the Shade Room $1,500 back then when they weren't, taxing. And that Shade Room post went from 1,500 to a $30,000, payday. And I was like, oh, 30,000. I was like, okay, that's crazy. Let's keep pouring get the fire on the paid ads. Let's keep pouring fire on the influencers. Then also it was October, November. So this is homecoming season. So I'm like, well, if I want to get in front of my target demographic, I can pay Facebook and Instagram to show that to my people, or I can go to where my people are and show myself to them.